Hi guys, Mrs. Hills here again today. I'm outside. I hope that you guys are getting a chance to get outside in the beautiful weather, sunshine, and be physically active, move around, play games, shoot the basketball. I know I've really been enjoying the sunshine. And behind me, I have some plants, some peppers and some tomatoes. I'm hoping to get my garden planted today. I hope that maybe some of you are getting a chance to plant garden too. It's a great way to grow your own fruits and vegetables. So today I brought with me the mystery box again. Do you remember what we had in here last time? Yeah, asparagus. Remember, asparagus was one of the very first vegetables that grows in the spring. I hope that maybe some of you got a chance to try asparagus. I know that the classrooms that I was able to bring the asparagus in, a lot of the kids loved pickled asparagus. My kids too. You can find pickled asparagus at the store all year round. So do you think that I have another vegetable in this mystery box? Or do you think maybe I have a fruit today? Let's find out. Well, it's small. Feels round, like a ball. It's cold, but that might just be because it was inside my refrigerator. Let's see. What do you think it is? If you guessed blueberry, you're right. Look at this blueberry. It almost looks black, it's so dark. Now look at my fingers. It's leaving red juice on my fingers. I have a lot of blueberries inside here. I have some big ones, and I have these little tiny ones. These little tiny ones are actually wild blueberries. And wild blueberries are native to North America. All blueberries are native to North America. So that means that they grew here where we live before they grew anywhere else in the whole world. And just like the asparagus, you guys can find wild blueberries right here where we live. Maybe some of you have even gone blueberry picking before. It's one of my favorite things to do in the summertime. Now, there are two different kinds of blueberries, like I showed you, the big ones. Now, those are called high bush blueberries. And before I moved to the UP, that's what I thought all blueberries were like. Because where I grew up, the blueberries grew on these big, tall bushes. Some of the bushes were even taller than me. So then I moved here and my friends took me blueberry picking and I kept looking for these giant bushes. And then I found out that they grow right on the ground, right along with the grass. And the blueberries that grow here are these little tiny ones. And they are sweeter than these big ones. But they're all great for you. They all have a lot of vitamin C that helps boost your immune system and help keep you from getting sick. Now, do blueberries grow in the wintertime? No. When do you think blueberries grow? Do you think they grow in the spring? Now, blueberries actually need a lot of sun and some warm weather. And they really like sandy soil, like the kind of soil that we have here. So blueberries, the time to pick them is sometimes in July, but usually about August is the best time to find blueberries here in northern Michigan. Sometimes you can even find them after school starts in September. All right, so we're gonna try these in a little bit, but first we're going to read a book called Plate Full of Color. Now this is a book in a series. Do you know what a series is? Yeah, a series is a collection of books written by the same author with the same characters. Now, do you remember reading any other books that look like this? So maybe it was in the same series? Yeah, we read a book called Knees Lifted High. It was all about being physically active, getting moving, and how important that is for our bodies. Do you remember any of the characters? Well, if you don't, we're going to meet those characters again when we read this book. So this book is called Plateful of Color. It is written by Georgia Perez. So she is the author. And the illustrator is Patrick Rolo. And this time there's two illustrators, Patrick Rolo and Lisa Fifield. Rain clouds were starting to roll in over the village. Rain That Dances looked at the sky as he ran to the center of the village. He was meeting his friends, Thundercloud, Simon, and Little Hummingbird. Simon had just moved into a home not far from the village. Little Hummingbird lived just across the river. It may rain today. We may not have much time to meet the great bird, thought Rain That Dances. Do you remember meeting these characters before? Find out about the great bird. Hi, yelled Rain That Dances as he saw his friends. We better hurry before the rain starts, he said. Simon and Little Hummingbird ran behind their friends. I cannot wait to meet Mr. Eagle, said Little Hummingbird. Me too, said Simon. They got closer to the tree stump. They could see Mr. Eagle. They could also see a rabbit with him. We're here, said Rain That Dances. The great bird flapped his wings with joy. The rabbit hopped around the tree stump. We are happy to see all of you today. Miss Rabbit will tell you many things that you can do to stay strong and healthy, said the eagle. The children quickly sat around the tree stump. They listened as Miss Rabbit began to talk. Have you ever heard your grandparents speak about Mother Earth? Miss Rabbit asked. Little Hummingbird raised her hand like she did in school. My grandmother has told me many times that I need to take care of Mother Earth, she said. Your grandmother is a very wise woman, said Miss Rabbit. You have to take care of Mother Earth because she gives us many gifts. The children looked at the rabbit and then at each other. Simon, lifting his hand, asked, What do you mean by gifts? Rain That Dances, Little Hummingbird, and Thundercloud also wanted to know. Now, do you think this is fiction or nonfiction? If you said fiction, you're right. Because rabbits don't talk and eagles don't talk, do they? But what they're telling us is important information. So you can have a made-up story that still teaches us true facts. And that's what this book is. Miss Rabbit said, Mr. Eagle tells you how you need to play and have fun and keep your body moving. You would not be able to do that if you did not have Mother Earth to walk upon. That is a gift. Walking and running on Mother Earth helps keep your spirit strong. Then the rabbit hopped over to a flower that was growing by the children. You see this flower, she said. The children nodded their heads. This flower is also a gift from Mother Earth. She grows flowers of many colors for you to enjoy. What else does she give you? Rabbit asked. The children looked around and saw the trees and the grass. I guess she gives us things that grow, said Rain That Dances. The rabbit jumped and said, You are right, Rain That Dances. She also gives us food to eat and water that helps the food to grow. I want to tell you about these foods now. Let's find out what foods she's going to tell us about. What do you think I eat? Asked Miss Rabbit. Rain That Dances said, I know, you eat grass. Simon smiled and said, You eat carrots. I have seen you in my grandmother's garden eating the carrots. Little Hummingbird added, I have seen you in my garden too. The rabbit laughed and said, I guess I have eaten from many gardens in the village. I eat from the gardens because I want to stay healthy. I also like what grows in the gardens. Thundercloud made a face and said, I will not eat things from the garden. Those are for rabbits. Miss Rabbit quickly hopped around and then stopped. She said, The fruits and vegetables that grow in the gardens are food for you to eat too. They are good for all of us. Let's think of what is in the garden, Miss Rabbit said. What is growing there? The children thought for a short time. Let's see what is growing in here. Well, I see some cabbage, strawberries, corn. Do you know what this purple one is? Let's see. That's eggplant. Squash, pumpkins, some more squash, and tomatoes. You are right. I have eaten many of these things, said Miss Rabbit. And what else have you seen growing? We have apple trees in our yard, said Little Hummingbird. Simon patted his stomach and said, my grandmother has wild strawberries and grapes growing in her yard. Mother Earth grows the fruit and vegetables for us to eat. Have you eaten many of these fruits and vegetables? Miss Rabbit asked. What about you? Have you tried many of those? My favorite, strawberries. I love strawberries. Did you know that strawberries grow wild up here too? There are so many fruits that grow without us even planting them. But you have to be careful if you're in the woods and you find some berries and you don't know what they are. And even if they do look like something that you're used to eating, you still need to make sure with an adult, because sometimes they can be dangerous for us to eat. I have eaten those, said Little Hummingbird. Me too, especially the strawberries, laughed Simon. I like to eat corn, said Rain That Dances. Thundercloud did not say a word. Miss Rabbit and Mr. Eagle looked at Thundercloud and asked, you do not eat any of these things? With his head down, Thundercloud said in a whisper, I eat some fruits, but I do not like vegetables, and I do not eat vegetables that grow in the garden. My mom gets vegetables from the store. Miss Rabbit hopped over to Thundercloud and said, you can get vegetables from the store, but first the vegetables have to grow in someone's garden. Look at all these beautiful fruits and vegetables. Just as Mother Earth gives us flowers of many colors, she also gives us fruits and vegetables of many colors. Carrots are orange, squash is green and yellow, tomatoes, apples, and strawberries are red, grapes and plums are purple, green beans are green, cucumbers are green too, and pumpkins are orange. Here are the children still gathered around talking to Mr. Eagle. Why are we talking about fruits and vegetables anyway? Thundercloud asked. The rabbit answered, because it is important that growing children eat enough fruits and vegetables every day to grow strong. You told us that you do not like vegetables. Have you ever tasted vegetables? Miss Rabbit asked Thundercloud. What do you think he's going to say? No, I don't think they taste good. I just like the other food my mom makes, Thundercloud said. The rabbit placed her front paw on the boy's lap. She said, you will never know how they taste unless you taste them to find out. Can I ask you to take one bite of a vegetable to taste it? Asked Miss Rabbit. Okay, said Thundercloud. I will try. I want to be healthy like my friends. That's what I ask you in the classroom too, isn't it? Even if you think you aren't going to like it, just take one bite. You might be surprised. Pick out vegetables of different colors and try one at a time. You may find some that you like. After all, different colors have different tastes. Does corn taste like carrots? Asked Miss Rabbit. No, the children answered. Eating all kinds of fruits and vegetables is good for all of us, Miss Rabbit said. But how can we eat that many fruits and vegetables every day? Asked Rain That Dances. Simon, Thundercloud, and Little Hummingbird wanted to know too. The rabbit answered, you can eat fruits at breakfast and fruits and vegetables at lunch. You can have them for supper and even for a snack. Think of making your plate full of color. It will get easy when you do it for a while. Every time you eat can be a time to eat a fruit or a vegetable. Rain That Dances jumped up and said, you are right. I like to eat all the time. For a snack, I can eat some strawberries instead of a cookie. Simon said, I can eat sliced cucumbers instead of potato chips. Little Hummingbird said, I can eat grapes or a plum instead of candy. Thundercloud stayed sitting down and did not say a word. Mr. Eagle, Miss Rabbit, and the children looked at him. They asked, What can you do to eat a vegetable, Thundercloud? Thundercloud slowly stood up and kicked at the dirt. He smiled and said, I guess I can try to eat some carrot sticks. Look at, they look so happy. Yeah, we can do it, yelled the children as they danced around Mr. Eagle and Miss Rabbit. Yes, you can. Now you better start for home before the rain begins to fall. Come back tomorrow and I will tell you more ways to stay healthy and strong, said the eagle. Goodbye and thank you, Mr. Eagle and Miss Rabbit. We will be here tomorrow, said the children as they left for home. I just love that story. I love the beautiful pictures and the important things it teaches us about eating healthy fruits and vegetables and growing a garden. All right, are you ready to try the blueberries? I am. Now remember, in the classroom, we use all 5 of our senses as we try our fruits or vegetables. So I'm using my sense of sight and I'm looking at the blueberry. It's round and it's almost purple, even though it's called blueberry. I'm feeling it. It feels very smooth. That's my sense of touch. I think I'm going to use my sense of smell. It doesn't really smell like anything. I'm going to smell the whole bowl. I'm smelling a little more. I think it's because the wild blueberries were frozen. And because they were frozen and now they're melting, all the juice is coming out. And it's the juice that smells sweet. All right. In the classroom, I have a magic word. And I'm going to have a magic word today. It's sunshine. Okay, sunshine. I'm using my sense of taste. And it tastes sweet. I'm going to try another one. I can even hear it. It almost sounds crunchy, even though it's soft. It still has a little bit of a firm crunch to it. Now I'm going to try one of the wild strawberries, or blueberries. Those are even a little bit sweeter than the fresh ones. I love frozen blueberries to put in my smoothies. I actually have a blueberry smoothie almost every single day. One more. Well, thank you. I'm so glad that I got to see you again. I hope that you guys get a chance this summer to get out and pick some blueberries. And I really hope you get a chance to plant some plants in your garden. See you soon.